Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my channel. Tonight we're going to take a look at the Sjarken. This is a fishing boat that can do both net and line fishing. It is early on in the game, so you can get it fairly inexpensively, and also oh wait, we have no gear. I forgot we need to go to the port and take a look at it. But it is a fairly cheap boat. It doesn't have a ton of capacity even when it's upgraded all the way. So kind of like Toby, but it makes a lot of money pretty quickly. So it's actually fairly easy in some ways. Let's take a look at the stats here. If we look at the Sjarken, or Sjarken, it is $450,000, 34-foot boat. Pretty lightweight on the engine power for its size. It's 75 horsepower. It's got a fairly small fuel tank at 900 liters. Take a look at Toby's stats again. Now, Toby only has 300 liters, and it's 23 foot, so it's a little bit smaller. Doesn't carry nearly. I think this carries like, I don't remember the total. I know Sjarken fully upgraded is about 10,000. So get a much bigger quota with the Sjarken, so that might be worth the money right there, because Toby actually costs almost. The pricing on this doesn't make sense. It's a 72, and they're both amateur. Oh no, you have to have a junior license. Okay, that's the big difference. Toby can be purchased with a beginner license. You have to have the second license, which is a junior license, to operate the Sjarken. However, you might be better just working the Borga, saving up and getting either the Falabun, which is expensive, it's a cruise ship, or the Sjarken. The Sjarken is, it takes one crew member, so you can train a crew member. They can cook, they can help you with the nets, they can pull in the line, and they can also gut fish on the boat. Nice thing about the Sjarken over the Toby is that not only is it cheaper, but you can also do long line and net. With the nets, you don't have to rebait them. However, if you damage the nets, they have like a little mini game, and if you mess that up, you will damage the net, and damaging the net means that you have to pay for its repair. So with the long lines, you don't damage them, you just always have to bait them. So it's kind of a trade-off. You have to figure out whether you want to do some baiting or if you want to do net fishing. Net fishing is a little bit different. I'll show you the net fishing because we haven't done that yet, so you can see what the mini game looks like. And so let's go ahead and go to the upgrade area. Now I've upgraded the storage all the way. I'm going to do the last engine upgrade to get that last 50 horsepower. We are going to update the radar too. I don't know why I never upgraded this stuff, but I didn't. And we're going to do the net hauler, which is a $20,000 upgrade. Right there you can see it's added to the boat now. You got the long line hauler and the net hauler. Adds kind of a table where you pull the net up together and work the fish out of the net. We also got some searchlights, but we're not going to do that. So let's go ahead into the shop and get our nets. So the capacity of this boat, if you have a good fish, 165 meter net's going to be more than enough, one of them. So we got 2 of these on board right now, and there's a reason why, because this boat will only hold 2 nets worth. So I wouldn't buy more than that. Same thing as old Toby. Toby doesn't hold very much, so I would just maybe do 1, and we're gonna get a bit of a refund for that, and then maybe do a 120. That way, this will just, you know, this should be enough to fill the boat up. So you only need to put out 2 nets with this boat, and you're going to fill it up every time. That's why it's going to make money pretty quick, because you're only doing 1. Now, the other thing you could do, though, is this. You could buy 2 sets of these and run a 12-hour shift. So every 12 hours, you're going to drop some nets, and then go back out, fill up, take the first net back, and drop them again. If they don't get damaged, you can just great. You can just keep using the nets over again. So let's go ahead and get the boat going, and we'll take a little tour. Now the Sjarken's fairly nimble at starting up. It's a pretty quick little boaty boat. can see we're hitting 17 knots. I mean, this is pretty quick. It's a pretty powerful engine in this boat. This is only to be outdone by the Selfie. But we do have a pretty big engine on this boat. I think it's something like 400 horsepower, 450 horsepower, so it's no slouch. We'll get out here onto the sea here, and we'll take a look at the features of our boat. In the cabin, we have a pretty cool looking cabin view. We have our computer. Where's our cabin lights? They're off. Turn the work lights on. And interior lights. There we go. We have the GPS with our heading. We have our indicator that shows us how full it is. We have our speed, RPMs, our horn, throttle, the light controls, obviously, that we're using before. We can call for an emergency. We can also operate our crew member. Actually, we're going to have her cook some food. Go ahead and cook there, Karen. Also got our logbook, and we hop up. This one's interesting because you can actually go down into the bow, into the cabin sleeper area. And I don't know how you'd sleep down there. I guess you probably could take a nap. Karen's out here cooking. She's quite the cook. She lives in this little house here. If I put her away, she's going to go back into that little house. I don't know where. Maybe that goes down into the ship or something, but I don't know. It looks awfully lonely. Oh, and then the other thing, too, is kind of cool. You can drive the boat from here. So in real life, you'd be like dropping the net and doing this at the same time, or raising the nets. Like you'd use this to scoot forward a little bit and then pick the net up. Go out here on the deck. So like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic, you can stretch your arms out and pretend like you're flying. I'm flying. Or you can look back at your ship for a really cool view. You can even look down into there. See, that's your living area down there. That's pretty cool. You can actually see it actually moves. It's pretty neat. All right, so let's go ahead and get back down. And we're going to take over here and take a look at the map to see where the fish are. We want to look at all species. Not a lot going on to the south, but once again, these are our two spots. I think we're going to go up here and then we'll finish up at that bay. So I'm going to travel here and go up here, and we're going to end right about there. Maybe here. We're going to fast travel there. Let's do it. Boat fast travels at 20 knots. Now you do burn 10% more fuel, but you travel a little bit faster than you normally would too, so it's a trade-off. Let's take a look at the map and see what, by the way, my phone is dinging, so I apologize. Got all kinds of text messages going on here. So Karen is still out there cooking food. Let's see how she's doing. Oh, she's made a bunch, so she can go back and rest. And we're going to go ahead and set our first net. You want to get about 4 knots. We'll slow it down a little bit. And we're going to drop the net. We're going to pick one of our 165s and one 120 meter. And I think the auto throttle comes on. Now you have to steer the ship the opposite direction that the bar is moving. So if it goes to the right, you're going to steer left. Go to the left, you're going to steer right. And set that net. Interestingly, there's fish in the net going over. What? You see that? Am I imagining that? Or is that just... Maybe not. Maybe I'm just dreaming. No, that must be just folds in the net. It is weird how Karen doesn't help you do this. Like, there's no net drop. Like... And now you can see I did not fill the boat up when I left. The boat, I've been using this boat, so I do have about a third of the fuel used up, and we have used up more, so you do need to make sure that you fill up pretty much every time you go in with this boat, because you will run out. There goes the first buoy. And we're going to wait a little bit, and then we'll set the second one, but you have to kind of give some distance. And now I'm going to drop the next net. We're going to pick one of the 120 meter nets. Let's see if we can see that. No, it's just a marker on the thing. Now, this gets a lot harder if the seas are rough. That we have an easy sea right now, which is why we're not having a hard time setting this net. But I'm kind of on the side. I thought I was going to head this way, but I haven't done a good job setting the nets. So pretty easy stuff. And we'll head into port. So we'll come back out here in about 12 hours and set the next set. So we're just gonna be on 12-hour shifts to Akiford. And we're there. Let's go ahead and pull into the dock. Almost there. Oh, hang on one second, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to fast forward time about 9 hours, and it'll take an hour to get back out to the ocean. So we're going to break the net here, and we're going to go ahead and drive back out. Here we go, flying out of the port. And we are going to go ahead and fast travel. So we'll go back to the map. Oh, no, map M. You think I know how to do this by now. We're going to take the boat right to here and stop. Boop, and I'm going to drop it right in that heavy spot. Now, the problem that I've got here is that first set is not going to do very well because I dropped them in the wrong section. This will go better because I'm headed in the right way. So we're going to go ahead and drop these nets. And then just hang around. And so here's the fun part. So I'm going to go ahead and get these nets set, and I will catch up with you once that is done. All right, I am pulling back into port. I've deployed the nets. We're going to have a short break here. I'm going to get some gas. So as you can see, I've used up quite a bit of fuel. Once again, that is one of the problems with this boat. It does run out of fuel. And being smaller, we're going to have to make a lot of trips in and out. So try to pick fishing spots that are close to your port. You know, that way you're not having to go back and forth all the time. Or using a lot of fuel as you go back and forth. Really, 412 krone, how much is this going to be? Yeah, so not too bad. A couple $100 for gas. So we're going to look at the map again and see how long we have had those nets out. These two are at 13 hours. We want to pick them up at about 18 hours. So it takes about an hour to get out here. So if we wait, let's just wait let's wait 4 hours. It's probably too long, but we're only pulling 2 nets, so it's not going to take that long to pull them. So we're going to go ahead and do 4 hours. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and launch and head back out. All right, we're heading back out. My wife is being silly, texting me all kinds of messages because she can, trying to distract me while I make this amazing video. But I am a skilled man, and I have the ability to push on, and even though I'm paying attention to what she's doing, I can do both at the same time. Sort of. No, I'm not really. I'm terrible at doing 2 things at once, but anyway. We've arrived at our destination. We're going to go ahead and exit, and I'm going to pull over here, and we're going to get our crew member out. There she is. She's all rested. She's going to help us with the net haul, which is the nets are over to the right there. I cannot steer for some reason. Okay, there we go. Moni, are you 12? She's shaking her head, yes. Where did it go? We got to take a look. We're coming up on it. I can see it on the map, but I don't. Oh, there it is. I see it. Okay. So George and Karen are going to get these nets pulled. And, come on. Speed it up. And we need to get a better angle. Now, for those of you that watched one of my videos, I had a problem early on. I forgot that you have to angle the boat sort of sideways towards the way the line is running. Like, you want to run at about a 45-degree angle, or 90-degree would be perfect. But see that arrow? If that arrow is under the boat, you're not going to pick the net up. So, all right, lay down and go to bed. Good grief. This is my wife. Oh, now she stopped making the noises. She's making mooing noises. Go to bed. Oh, God. So, anyway, here's the game. We have to press the keys that they tell us to press. If you miss, you'll actually damage the net. So, we're trying not to damage the net. It's basically like Simon says, it never gets much harder than that. But if we press the wrong key, you will damage the net, or if you miss a key. So you gotta pay attention. And yes, there's 15 fish that you have to pick out. Now, as you get a bigger boat, and you can have 2 crew members, another crew member will do this, and your nets won't get damaged. I just damaged it. Shoot. Once you've damaged a net, you cannot put it back in the ocean. It has to go back into port to get repaired, so I cannot deploy this net. How old are you? You're 4? Crap. So I've banged the crap out of my net. I can't put it back out again. So you could theoretically put the nets back out and not have to go into dock, but now I'm going to have to repair the net. So, but you can see there we've caught a nice... We don't want to gut the fish yet, but we've caught almost a full hull of fish. Can I put her on repairing the nets? Nope. And I wish that your crew members could repair nets, but they can't. So we're going to have to take that net back in and fix it. No, I'm not. I refuse. However, we can bring the nets back out again when we come back out to get the other nets. So it's not the end of the world, but it kind of throws up our 12. It throws up our 12-hour plan. But once again, we're being efficient, so it's not the end of the world. And you will damage nets as you do this. It's just inevitable if you're not paying attention 100% to your pull. But once you get the hang of it, you won't screw them up. So, wet buns. You are, I don't know. I mean, so here's our next net. All right, so here is the next net, and we're going to go ahead and pull this. So, yank. And here goes the fish game. 1 fish out. 2 fishes out. 3. And there's only 14 fish in this net because it's a shorter net. 5. Karen looks kind of sickly. I don't know. She might want to see a doctor. When you're hanging around all these sailors. almost wrecked that net. $10. Sweet. And we got a bunch of fish again. A little bit less than our storage is full, though. We'll get the fish later. I'm going to put Karen on gutting. And we could probably deploy another net. So if we could look at the nets. No, they're both damaged. So we're going to have to take those and get them fixed. So we can't deploy anything. And the boat travels pretty slow when it's full, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and we'll let Karen gut them as we travel over to the docks. And we're going to let those other nets sit out here. And I'm not even going to bother with those nets, to be honest with you, in this video, because we're just, the idea is to see how the ship works. But know that those are out there. You can go back out, put these two repaired nets out there and grab those nets. So you get another full boatload of nets, and you bring those nets back in to get fixed, and you can just keep rotating like that. That way, every 12 hours, you're picking fish up, and that'll give you some serious money pretty quickly. All right, so we're coming home, and there we go. So let's see. Oh, I forgot to finish gutting them, so we're not going to come home yet. We're gonna actually gut them by hand, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're gonna get Karen off the gutting. All right, sweetie, you go rest. Have a burger, or whatever that is. A pretzel sandwich. What the heck is that? So I'm gonna get these fish. Start. Sometimes I do a great job. Sometimes I'm not so good. Ah, messed up the end there. Not bad, though. 4 stars. Basically, anything over 1 star gets you a nice price increase, so you make more money for well-gutted fish. So 4 is good. I think 5 stars gets you like a lot of extra money, but like 50% increase. Oh, we do 4 stars again, so we're doing good. Not perfect, but good. I have a hard time with this kind of fish. I can't really see. There we go. I've got this special $1 million knife that I bought that is supposed to help that. And we're consistently getting 4 stars all the way across the board. Ah, Babs. She's 14. She's 32 going on 12. Actually 14, yeah. There we go. So we're all done. We got a nice gut going on there. And no, not my stomach. Thanks. All right, and then we're going to go ahead and put this in here. Pop, and let's see how we did. We had a nice easy $232,793. We've been at sea for less than, well, for 24 hours. Every 12 hours, you're going to make almost that much money. It is a good deal. This boat does make really good money, especially with the net fishing, but the line fishing can be just as good. I think it takes longer to do the line fishing, to be honest with you. The net fishing, like I said, because you can do these. But you can do the same thing in lines, though. You can put two big long lines out and then put another 2 lines out and catch fish that way. So there's no right way to do it. Don't forget to go to the nets, and we're going to repair these nets. There you go. So now we have nets. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video as we took the Sjarken out and rode around. This is a good starter boat, like a good second boat. So if you're looking to upgrade from the Borgen, this is a nice move in this direction. This is a decent boat. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Have a great night. Be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help. Bye.